The NBA is a famous basketball league with well-loved players around the world. To keep the game popular, the NBA has strict rules. Sometimes players break these rules, and that's what we'll talk about in this video, the longest NBA suspensions. Some players got in trouble for using drugs that helped them play better. This is against the rules, and if caught, they can't play for 25 games. Even though the NBA didn't check for these drugs a lot before, now they are more careful. Kermit Washington. In a scuffle between Washington's Lakers and the Houston Rockets in 1977, Washington punched Rockets forward Rudy Tomjanovich, leaving him with a fractured skull, broken jaw, broken nose and leakage of spinal fluid, injuries which proved life-threatening. Washington was fined $10,000 and suspended for 60 days, amounting to 26 games, which was at the time the largest suspension in NBA history for an on-court incident. It was a devastating blow to the head from the 6'8", 240-pound forward, and the impact was doubled because Tomjanovich ran full speed into the punch. He fell down, and a puddle of blood began spreading on the court, revealing the severity of the situation. Javar later described the sound of the punch similar to a watermelon falling onto the concrete. Tomjanovich was able to walk around after the punch, and even confronted Washington verbally after the game before he got sent to the hospital by team officials. When he got there, he heard an ugly truth. His nose and jaw were broken, his face was fractured about 1/3 of an inch away from his skull, resulting in spinal fluid leaking into his skull capsule. He was lucky to be walking and lucky to be alive. It took him 5 months to get back to the court, but he made a full recovery. On the other hand, Washington served a 26-game suspension. Rasheed Wallace. Rasheed Wallace, distinguished for claiming the record for the most ejections in NBA history, encountered a rare suspension in his illustrious career. This unique disciplinary action stemmed from a fiery episode in 2003 when Wallace confronted and threatened referee Tim Donaghy in a parking lot. The incident escalated following Donaghy's earlier decision to issue a technical foul to Wallace during a game. While Wallace's intensity and competitive spirit were celebrated on the court, this suspension served as a stark reminder that even the most accomplished players must adhere to the league's standards of conduct. The clash with Tim Donaghy stands out as a memorable moment in Wallace's career, emphasizing the delicate balance between passion and discipline in professional basketball. This rare disciplinary measure underscored the intensity of the altercation and the league's commitment to maintaining order. While Wallace's passion and competitiveness on the court were celebrated, his suspension served as a reminder that there are boundaries even for the most talented players. The incident with Tim Donaghy remains a noteworthy chapter in Wallace's career, showcasing the fine line between passion and restraint in the high-stakes world of professional basketball. Javar Kitton. The other wizard involved in the locker room gun incident, Kitton, was also suspended for the rest of the 2009-10 season. The guard, who hadn't appeared in a game all season, had a shorter suspension since Arenas was indefinitely suspended 3 weeks prior for the incident. Kitton would never appear in another NBA game. In 2011, he was charged and later indicted with the murder of a 22-year-old mother of 4. In 2013, he pled guilty to voluntary manslaughter and was sentenced to 23 years, which was reduced to 10 years. He was released from prison on April 23, 2023. Ron Artest. Before adopting the name Meta World Peace, Ron Artest faced a total of 131 game suspensions. Known for his physical and competitive style, Artest embodied the 90s basketball ethos, characterized by toughness and occasional violence. In 2004, he earned the Defensive Player of the Year award, but his Indiana Pacers fell to the Detroit Pistons in the Eastern Conference Finals. The following season provided an opportunity for revenge when the two teams clashed again. The game was circled on their calendars, and they played fantastically, with Artest leading the way to a 15-point lead with less than 1 minute left on the clock. When Detroit's Ben Wallace attempted to score near the basket in what should have been one of the final possessions, Artest fouled him extra hard and pushed to the crowd. Wallace retaliated, and a scuffle ensued, with all the players trying to break up a fight between them. It wasn't looking good. These pushing and shoving matches happen from time to time. They are soon over without much consequence, but not on this occasion. While Artest was trying to calm himself down, he laid down on the scorer's table. Still infuriated, Wallace threw a cup at Artest from a distance, which served as an example for Pistons fans who started throwing stuff at Artest as well. One fan, John Green, was really accurate with his Diet Coke that night. He threw a cup at Artest, which hit him right in the chest, and Artest completely lost his mind and went to the stands to get his revenge. Soon enough, Stephen Jackson and Jermaine O'Neal were in the stands as well, trying to help out Artest. What started as a minor altercation between two hot-tempered NBA players escalated into a full-blown scandal, resulting in 3 players fighting fans in the stands. Upon returning to the court, Artest faced another fan confrontation, leading him to punch the individual.
Rasheed trying to be a peacekeeper in the whole thing up in the stands right now. Rick Mahorn jumped up to try and keep people.
Subsequently, Artest and other Pacers players were escorted from the arena amidst a barrage of thrown objects, making it one of basketball's darkest moments. This incident resulted in the largest suspension in NBA history, with Artest receiving an 86-game ban, Jackson 30 games, and O'Neal 25, later reduced to 15. Collectively, they lost over $11 million in salary. The infamous night is forever remembered as Malice at the Palace, marking the ugliest on-court incident in NBA history. Tyreek Evans. He got a 2-year ban on May 17, 2019, banned for violating the league's anti-drug policy regarding drug abuse, and will be eligible to apply for reinstatement in 2021. Mayo. Mayo got the exact same penalty back in 2016. Mayo is one of the best players of his generation and got drafted by the Timberwolves with the 3rd pick in the 2008 NBA draft. He did have a promising start to his career, averaging 18.5 points and establishing himself as a great 3-point shooter. Unfortunately, his rookie year was also his best year, and even though he was a serviceable player, he never fulfilled the potential that got him picked so high in the draft. Just when the NBA was in the middle of a 3-point revolution, which would greatly serve Mayo's skills in the prime of his physical abilities, he also got suspended by the league for drug abuse. He was eligible to apply for reinstatement in 2018, but never did. In wrapping up, we've delved into the NBA's longest suspensions, highlighting the consequences players face when breaking the league's stringent rules. From drug-related offences to on-court incidents, these suspensions underscore the NBA's commitment to maintaining fair play. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button below and subscribe. See you in the next video.